Hey Travis, a lot of you have been asking for a review from me about the Dreams Mazatlan Resort. This is a Dreams Estrella Del Mar family-friendly resort. It's in Mazatlan, Mexico. It opened up last spring, and I was busy covering the opening of the Hyatt Vivid Grand Island Resort. This is in Cancun. And I haven't had a chance to get there yet, but my best friend just recently was there. And there are a lot of reviews out there, and there's a lot of information, but, there's always those important questions that we want to know. So I just asked Tammy all the really tough questions. And today I'm going to give you the inside scoop, all the key information that you've been asking that is not out there anywhere. So definitely stay tuned to the end, because this is a lot of information that you're going to want to know to help make your decision about whether or not you should go to Dreams Estrella Del Mar in Mazatlan. So first things first, if you book a swim up room, and these are very reasonably priced, are they heated? And what Tammy's experience was is that, yeah, they were heated. In fact, they spent quite a lot of time in the swim up pools. There are several other pools, but the main pool area, it's a little bit windy. So she said that the sheltered area of the swim up rooms meant it was great for hanging out during the day, and she had a view of the water slides as well as the ocean, so really can't go better than that. Now, if you book a swim up category, you definitely want to know if you are going to be able to get drink service to it, or if you have to constantly hop out of the pool and go over to the bar and get yourself a drink. Well, their group of 8 people had arrived at the resort, and they were just hanging out and kind of checking out the resort, and they were in their swim up pool, and one of the servers came over and asked if they wanted anything to drink. So there was 6 adults and 2 kids, and they all ordered some drinks, and the server came back, and lo and behold, but they also brought some ribs, some chicken tenders, and some french fries for the kids to snack on. All of the food was brought without even asking. It was just the server going the extra mile. So yeah, they definitely have drink service to your pool, and apparently food service as well. A lot of the resorts are really cutting back on this and not allowing it, because for a while the pool floats around 2018, 2020 were starting to get pretty massive, and these could consume, well, they could consume this whole area. And so one person, one pool float for one pool was about all that would fit. And they really cut back on that. But you'll be happy to hear that at the Dreams Resort in Mazatlan, pool floats are allowed. They did have a wide variety that people were using. And if you decide to go over to the lazy river, which is included in your stay, you also have flat foam pool floats that the hotel supplies for you to use. You do not need to make dinner reservations at this property. As I said, they were a group of 8, and they would go to the different restaurants. And what they found is that they could actually get seated almost immediately every night for their group of 8, all sitting at the same table. Now, there was one time that she said they did go to a restaurant, and they told them it was going to be about a 30-minute wait. They went to one of the other restaurants and they were seated immediately. So for a 1-week stay during a busy time of year when the hotel was almost at capacity, that's impressive to hear. They also had 3 nights out of the week that they were doing an outdoor buffet style seating, and this was for special meals, and they also had a corresponding entertainment, so you could sort of stay and do some dancing if you liked. So it was a whole theme to it all. So a lot of different options. Now, Tammy was in a swim-up pool room, and she was preferred club, and I asked her if it was worth it, and obviously she said yes, definitely, for the heated swim-out pool, as well as having drink service to it. And also with preferred club, you also have access to the preferred club lounge, which has food and drinks throughout the day, so that was a nice place to go and relax and hang out. They also had their own pool, which was nice, and that had their own swim-up bar. So you had another place to go and get drinks and to just relax. The minibar was a little bit extra special with Preferred Club in that you got the usual pop, water, soft drinks, as well as Pringles and M&Ms, and these were replenished daily. And then you would get evening turn down service, and they would often leave a chocolate on the pillow for you. Now, the beach at this property is a little bit different in that you cannot swim on it, but you can walk it for miles, and right beside the resort is a turtle sanctuary, so that's kind of cool to see. Now, because the resort's slightly isolated, consequently there were no vendors on the beach, so that's kind of a relief if you're looking for something away from the constant sales pitch. Now, one thing that a lot of resorts struggle with is in between snacking, and you can certainly get your breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That's no problem. But what if you're hungry midway through, or you sleep in and you miss breakfast, or it's mid-afternoon and you've had a couple of drinks and you just need something to soak up the booze a little bit? Well, you'd be glad to know that here there are a couple of options. One is the Coco Cafe. This is actually open 24 hours, and this is of course where you can get your coffee in the morning or throughout the day. And they also had all kinds of snacks throughout the day with sandwiches, pastries, that kind of thing, as well as salads. And there's also a separate ice cream shop, and they had sort of between 6 to 8 different flavors. And they would also make milkshakes. If you are of age, then you could also take your milkshake over to the bar and have a little something special put into it. So a happy adult milkshake. So you really can't go wrong. So overall, she really enjoyed the resort. She was only there for 1 week, and there were a lot of families there at the time, but it does cater to them with the water park and also the lazy river. So you can kind of expect a little bit more of a family atmosphere at this property, but nonetheless, they had a great time and she would highly recommend it. So I hope you enjoyed that little bit of things that you need to know that they don't always tell you about up front. About the Dreams Estrella Del Mar in Mazatlan, Mexico. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos. And we'll see you on the next one.